my name is Dr. Jake Kaufman of Chiropractic, and this is episode 6 of What's the Research Say? Today we're going to cover the autonomic nervous system, its role in health, and the influence structural chiropractic has on the autonomic nervous system, and why that matters when it comes to your health. The best way to think of the autonomic nervous system is like that of an operating system of a computer or a phone. It does all the work behind the scenes. The autonomic nervous system controls your breathing, your heart rate, your digestion, your blood pressure, your pupil dilation when it's dark or light outside, how your liver functions, your gallbladder, your kidneys, your metabolism. Basically, if you don't have to think about it being done in your body, it's most likely the autonomic nervous system who's doing that job behind the scenes. Within the autonomic nervous system, you have two main branches, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. Both play a role in every function, but each one plays a different role. Depending on what is happening to the body determines the body's response. The parasympathetic branch is typically associated with resting and digestion, activities that your body is doing in a relaxed or non-stressed state. While the sympathetic branch is associated with the opposite and often called the fight or flight system, meaning that when your body is in a stressful situation, this is the system that starts to work overtime and take over. However, at all times, both of these systems are working together to make sure your body functions, reacts, and adapts appropriately. When these two branches are adapting and responding appropriately, you are functioning at your best, and there is a balance per se in your body between the two systems. Not because the sympathetic is doing 50% of the work and the parasympathetic is doing 50%, but because your body is able to change and adapt to any stressor that comes along, and then you're able to go back to that normal state. Basically, if you come across a dangerous situation, your body should be able to respond so you can defend yourself or get away from that situation, fight or flight. And after that situation, your body should eventually be able to return to its normal relaxed state. And balanced state, your body should be able to adapt. When your body isn't able to return to normal, you can become stuck in a chronic sympathetic state because your body isn't adapting properly. If you're stuck in sympathetic or parasympathetic, it means your body isn't properly adapting to your environment and to the stressors within your environment. This loss of adaptability leads to breakdown in the body, a plethora of diseases, and eventually death. We'll get to that research soon. The bottom line is if you're properly adapting, your body is functioning at an optimal level. If it's not, then your body is breaking down and is going to lead to a decrease in quality of life. So if adaptability is the key to a high quality of life and a longer life, how do we know if our autonomic nervous system is properly functioning? How do we measure it? And most importantly, how do we improve it? Well, the autonomic nervous system, its function, adaptability is measured by heart rate variability. Heart rate is the number of times your heart beats per minute. And heart rate variability is the variation of time between each heartbeat. So if you have a heartbeat and a heartbeat and a heartbeat, heart rate variability is measuring the change between each beat. And that change is good because it means your body is changing and adapting to your surroundings, to your environment. Due to the connection between the heart and the brain, scientists have determined that the rate and change of time between each heartbeat, heart rate variability, is a way to see how the autonomic nervous system is adapting, operating, and if it's operating properly or if it's stuck in parasympathetic or a sympathetic state. In fact, heart rate variability reflects how well the autonomic nervous system is functioning, whether it comes to your blood pressure, breathing, digestion, any function in the body that you aren't in control of right now. The function of all those are going to be dependent on how your autonomic nervous system is operating. Because of this connection, then they have been able to conclude that many diseases and health issues are actually due to an autonomic nervous system not properly functioning. Research is continuing to look at how decreased heart rate variability is associated with Alzheimer's, heart disease, schizophrenia, PTSD, cognitive function, headaches, trigeminal neuralgia, tinnitus, Meniere's, epilepsy, Parkinson's, and even more. If the body is not adapting, it can't function properly. So why am I discussing this? Well, as we've gone over in the last 5 episodes, structure dictates function. And when the structure is off, the function is off. And we see that in our office because every visit before someone gets a correction, we measure how they are adapting, how they are functioning, how their autonomic nervous system is operating by looking at their heart rate variability. We then perform a correction, do a post-analysis of the correction, looking at the structure to see where the structure's at, and then recheck their autonomic function. What we often see is an improvement in their heart rate variability, meaning an improvement in their autonomic nervous system and an increase in their ability to adapt, to recover, and to heal. In our next episode of What's the Research Say, we'll be going over the specific neurological mechanism of how a structural correction affects the autonomic nervous system and how that can lead to an increase in adaptability and a better quality of life. I hope you enjoyed this episode of What's the Research Say, and tune in next week for episode 7. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at drkaufman@optimizecolumbus.com. Thank you and have a great day.